CA by Ron Riekki. I stopped believing in Berkeley probably right after I moved to Berkeley, a city that promises to hold on to all these supposed ideals, but then sings the rent out of your guts until your chest caves in. So I went to the park to shoot some hoops, the rim locked with chains to discourage exercise, arriving to find cops there, multiple. When the police arrive in Berkeley, they drive up in droves, a sleuth of cops, a sloth of cops, a litter of cops, a pack of cops, a cowardice of cops, a drift of cops, a sounder of cops, a team of cops, a passel of cops, a grist, a hive, a swarm, a nest, a lounge. I don't know how you want to call it. You decide. Based on your feelings, your opinions, your oppressions, your troops and scourges and weights. All I know is there was one perp, one person, one perturbed, perplexed personage with peripetia and petechiae aching and perched on a park bench, one cop temp-checking the guy in cuffs. And so I shouted to the cops to see if they needed an N95, because I was willing to give them mine. And one cop pointed to the homemade mask wrapped around his neck, as if his neck was where he breathed, and I think that meant, nah, we're good. And another cop came out of the woods nearby. This was down by the water, which is where a hell of a lot of crime happens in Berkeley, and Oakland and Albany and El Cerrito, as if H2O stands for homicide to open container, as if water and manslaughter go hand in hand like rhyming. And when I'd go down there, I'd see all the broken glass from all the smashed windshields, from all the smash and grabs, homeless, desperate for change, for quarters and nickels, pennies, and lint. And I yelled to the cops, asking, "Can I play basketball?" Because it was the pandemic, and all the rules changed during a pandemic, where even the basketball courts are locked and chained and imprisoned and malnourished and PTSD'd, and there were helicopters overhead, as if helicopters and pandemics go together, like chocolate and romance. And the cop yelled back, "I don't know, can you?" And I think that meant yes, because I started shooting, and the guy was hauled off, hog-tied, or beagle-tied, or bear-tied, or whatever the term is. And then a homelessy-looking guy came out of the other side of the woods, all clumsy. Clumsy trees, clumsy guy. And he had a ball in his hands, a basketball. And he walked straight at me until he was 6 inches away, not 6 feet away, doing his asocial distancing, saying, "You're done, my turn." And he turned to shoot. And I said I was almost done. And he said, "You're done now." And he shot. And I said, "Give me 10 minutes to finish." And he said, "Get off the court or I'll kill you." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Shoot you." And the park guy with his yellow vest biked up on his bike, and I yelled, "This guy just threatened my life." And the park vest yellowy guy stopped, and I repeated it. And he said, "Then leave." And I said, "It's against the law to threaten someone's life." And the bike guy said, "Follow me." So I followed, and he went down a path, and I went down a path, and he was biking quickly, too fast, so that I started jogging, and he stopped. And I said, "It's against the law to threaten someone's life." And the guy on the bike said I should leave, and I wasn't threatening anyone's life. And then the park vest guy biked away. And I yelled, asking if he could help me file a complaint against the guy. And the park bike guy yelled back, "There are police everywhere, find some." And he was gone. Down the path, on his bike, with his vest, whistling. His whistling fading. His bike fading, the park fading. And I walked towards my car in the parking lot, stepping on glass like fire flickering from the sun, 100 little bonfires.